Welcome back, dear friends. Thanks for being with me and remain with me. A lot of syllabus still to be covered. And today, in our series of navigation numericals, we are going to cover a topic or a navigate, which is the most widely navigate used around the world now. Practically every aircraft has this navigate called VOR, VHF Omnidirectional Radio Range, and some have duplicate two sets in one aircraft. Now, let's see what's so nice about it. We studied the automatic direction finder. The automatic direction finder has a few problems. That it is prone to disturbance by weather, thunderstorms, as also it has a night effect. Readings are erratic during dawn and dusk. This navigate can do whatever ADF can do and does it better because it is in the VHF range and VHF does not suffer from the weather effect. Also, if you are flying at a high altitude, it has much longer range. Okay, line of sight. And the range of VOR signal is same as the VHF as we read earlier. 1.25 into height of transmitter square plus square root plus height of receiver square root, and where both these heights are in feet. We have done a numerical earlier. Right. Now, I presume that whichever VOR I'm using is within my reception distance. The ADF has got a relative bearing indicator and a RMI. The VOR has got a RMI, same RMI. If you got VOR, you can connect one needle to VOR, one to ADF. If you got two VOR sets, then you can connect both to VORs. And here is a aircraft. He has tuned two VOR stations. And from one VORA, and remember this needles indicate the QDM, other end will give you the radial. From A and he draws the two radials which are being shown, and the intersection of these two will be a fix. If you got one more within your range, then you can take a 3-position line fix. Each one of these known as a position line. So similar to ADF, you can use it for creating a fix and taking the bearings. So once you know the radial and the QDM, if you want to go to this station from here, fly this QDM, to this VOR, then fly this QDM. If you want to go to this VRB, fly this QDM. Otherwise, use these VORs for a fix, radio fix. Second is, and it has some wonderful functions which the ADF did not have. Number one, it has a off flag. Off will be written over here in case your particular function is not working, if this VOR is not working. This indicator of the VOR is called course deviation indicator or left-right needle. This vertical needle which can swing from left to right. If you are on the selected radial or the QDM, needle will be in the center. If it goes left and right, on the outbound, it will show you your track error. On the inbound, it will show you your closing angle. How to interpret it, we will soon read it later today. So for this needle, it has got a number of dots. The end of this big dot, outer periphery, shows 1 dot, 2, 3, 4, 5. Similarly, left and right, there are 5 dots. When there is a 5 dot indicator, each dot means a 2 degrees of track error. Total deviation is 10 degrees. You must be within 10 degrees of the desired track to use the course deviation indicator. What is the desired track? How does a viewer know it? Coming up, stand by. On a 4 dot indicator, each dot indicates an error of 2.5 dots. And on horizontal situation indicator, which has got 2 dots, and then it will show 5 degrees per dot. So total deflection is at 10 degrees. Theoretically, practically it is 10 to 12 degrees. We will use theoretical figures now. Now, within 10 degrees I should remain of my track. How will the viewer know what is my track? I will set my desired track on top here with the help of a knob called OBS, Omni Bearing Selector. This pilot has selected that he is interested in going in the direction of 030. The reciprocal will be 210. So with respect to this line of 030, needle will show you, are you on the track or not? In this example, I have taken a desired track of 050 or 230. Let's see what is the difference. And that I will select on my OBS. Aircraft A is on radial 050. Radials are outbound from the viewer. And he is tracking out on radial 050. This aircraft is tracking in, also called homing. And he is also on radial 050, but he will be flying a direction of 230 QDM. Opposite of QDR is QDM. So this aircraft is tracking in on radial 050, tracking out on radial 050. Aircraft here B is tracking in on radial 230, and therefore he is flying an inbound track of 050, and aircraft D is tracking outbound from this VOR on radial 230, and therefore he will be flying 230. Now, what should I do? Under these circumstances, what should I select on OBS? Although all these 4 aircraft can select either 050 or 230, but what is recommended? Select on the OBS the direction in which you are flying. Now look here. This aircraft A is flying in the direction of 050 and tracking out. This aircraft is also flying in the direction of 050 and tracking into this VOR. Right? So both these aircrafts are flying in the direction of 050. A and B should select OBS 050 on top, and after that follow the needle. Needle goes right, turn right, needle goes left, left. Keep the needle in the center. And how comfortable it is to maintain your direction or the particular radial that you are interested in. Okay, or the particular QDM that you are interested in. Follow the direction in which you are flying and select that as your OBS. And after that, follow the needle. The needle is telling you WTD, what to do. If you are on the track, needle will remain in the center. If you go to the left, needle will go to the right, telling you to fly right. If you go right, needle will go to the left, telling you to fly left. And with the number of dots, you can find out how many degrees is your track error. Then there is a flag also, which helps you in orientation. So when you follow the needle, which is also known as the correct sense, then flag A will show you from that 050 you have selected, and it is taking you away from the station. Very nice. And that is what actually happening. B flag will show you 2, that this direction is taking you to the station. 2 flag is either tour flag will be written here or a triangle will be shown. Upright triangle means to, inverted triangle means from. Next, C and D. He is flying in the direction of 230. He is also flying in the direction of 230. He is tracking outbound and he is tracking in on 050. So C and D should select OBS 230 for the correct sense. Then flag for C. For this aircraft, flag will show him 2, that you're going to the station, and D will show from, that when you are flying in 230, you are going away from the station. That is called correct sense. If I select the reciprocal instead of 050, this aircraft should select 050. He should also select 050. If he selects 230, then the needle does not tell you what to do. It will tell you where you are, and that is called reverse sense. If needle goes to the right, that means you are to the right. Similarly, aircraft C and D, OBS should be 230, then they'll follow the needle. Otherwise, needle will tell them where you are and not what to do. Another way of remembering it is summary. While you are tracking out, like this aircraft A is tracking out, D is also tracking out away from the station. Tracking out aircraft should select the radial on which they are tracking out. B is tracking in. C is also tracking into this VOR. B and C, which are tracking in, should select their QDM for a correct sense, and after that follow the needle. This is the main aspect of it. If you are read it, you will be able to do a number of questions very easily. And we will practice 1 or 2 right now. Before we practice a numerical on what we have learned, let me just tell you, like ADF, you selected 2 bearings, and difference in bearings from the same station gave you the bearing change. You noted down the time difference seconds and you could find time to the station. Similarly, if you are flying from left to right or right to left, select 2 radials on which you will note down the time. Let's say this aircraft is flying from right to left at 350 radial. He will note down the time. How will he know he is on radial 350? Number 1, with the help of RMI needle. RMI will be showing him 170. And with the CDI needle, he should set either 350 or 170 on OBS. And when he is crossing this radial, the needle will come in the center. Okay. And again, note down here, if the total time taken is 300 seconds, 300 second degrees change is 15, 20 minutes to the station, and multiply 20 with the ground speed per minute, and you will get the distance. Now let's do a practice question which will cover ADF. It will cover VOR, what we have learned now. And this question is also covering 1 in 60 rule. 3-in-1 question, fairly long, although in the examination, he may divide it into 3 questions. Right. Here is what it tells you. The aircraft is tracking out on radial 090 from VOR and NDB co-located at the same station. Here they are, VOR, NDB, and DME. ADF will get its signals from NDB. VOR receiver will get it from the VOR transmitter. And there is also a DME here, distance measuring equipment, which shows you the distance in nautical miles. Fine. And in all navigation questions, like I'm doing every time, draw a small sketch. It will make your job very easy. Now, let's say this is an aircraft which is tracking outbound on a planned radial of 090 here. This is what it says. Right? And rightfully, when you're tracking out, you should select 090 as the OBS. Okay, let's see. And VOR CDI has a 5-dot indicator. The drift is 5 degrees starboard. And he says the VOR is indicating 5 dots right. Okay, what does it mean? Since you are on the outbound and you correctly selected OBS 090, now you follow the needle. And the needle is telling him 3 dots fly right. If by mistake you selected OBS 270, then the same indication, which is called 3 dots fly right, because needle has gone to the right, means you are to the right of this radial. 3 dots means 6 degrees, and now the needle is telling me to fly right by 6 degrees, which means I'm 6 degrees to the left of the desired radial. Desired radial was 090, and this becomes 084. So I am on radial 084, and that was part A of the question. Second question, he says, give me distance off track if DME is showing you 19 nautical miles. If your distance is 19 nautical miles, remember, 1 is 60 rule, track error, 6 degrees is equal to distance off track by distance gone 90 into 60. So distance off track will now be 9 nautical mile by 1 in 60 rule. Second questions answered. In third question, he is asking you, what will be the indication on my RBI? Well, let me tell you, on RMI, both the needles, ADF as well as VOR, will be indicating 264, that your QDM is 6264 now at this moment. Okay, if I don't have the RMI, he says, give me the RBI indication, relative bearing indicator. So magnetic heading being flown is 085. Remember, drift is 5 starboard, heading will be 5 degrees to 4. Magnetic heading is 05 plus bearing relative will give you your current QDM, which is 264. And now here you will find out that your bearing relative indication at this time will be 179. Okay. I will be giving you a number of questions in the next lesson on VOR and some combined with VOR and DB. Look forward to the next lesson. And what is left over? 1, 2, 3, done. And what is left over is now to close this lesson. And whenever you are happy, whenever you are tired, you share your thoughts with your dear friends and relatives. Similarly, if you have liked this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and enjoy the bliss of sharing the channel link with your groups of pilot friends. There there's a lot of fun in sharing your joy with others. Do it. Bye-bye. For the time being, stand by for a question paper on the VOR. And after that, we will go to the next lesson. Stand by. For the time being, I'll stop here today. Good luck. All the best. SK Booty here. Wishing you happy landings.